Ed Whitacre built AT&T from a group of smaller phone companies into a communications powerhouse. He later came out of retirement to help rescue General Motors. GM went from bankruptcy to the biggest initial public offering in the nation's history. He writes about both in his new book, American Turnaround. Ed Whitacre, welcome.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Everybody assumes this was money well spent by the U.S. government. Would you change anything about that deal?
No, I wouldn't. I think the government did exactly the right thing. I think it was the right thing for America. I wholeheartedly supported that. I think it worked really well.
When you look at it, did the government in the end lose money, or is it too early to tell?
Well, I think it's too early to tell. The taxpayer, the government, you and I, recovered a big portion of that in the initial public offering. Right. But there's still some outstanding, and remains to be seen how that'll work out. Mm-hmm. But I believe GM should pay back every penny that the taxpayer has coming.
And when will they do that?
You'll have to ask them. I'm out of it.
but
hopefully that'll work out.
But let's talk about you for a second being out of it, because you were out of it when you were first approached. You were in retirement, and they came and asked you to run the company, and you said no. They had to convince you. Why?
Well, because I knew nothing about a car, Gail. I mean, I could turn it on. That was about it. I could drive.
That's my knowledge, too. But what did it take to turn you around?
You know, I got to thinking, ever since I was a kid, my family owned GM cars. It was a great part of America. It did terrific things in some, back in World War II. It had been just a part of the fabric of America. Mm-hmm. And I got to thinking, if I can do this and if I can help, I'll go do it. It was a public service. My conscience got to me, and I'm glad I did.
Yes.
And for people who don't know you, you also started Southwestern Bell. You ended up building AT&T with an annual revenue of $120 billion, extremely successful. Your book is American Turnaround, about companies. Let me ask you, are there lessons in American business that should be applied to government? There's a lot of people talking about that now, and what would they be?
Well, there are several, I think. Probably the number one lesson would be revenue should exceed expenses. You know, and that's a true business truism.
Well, what's been the key to success, though?
Well, the key to success is, I think, people. I think people are the reason for any success. If you have people involved, people with authority, people with the ability to do it, accountability, and hold them responsible, I think people can do amazing things. And I think we forget that sometimes. It's all about people in the final analysis.
You know, there's a discussion about the Boy Scouts. Should they lift the ban on gay leaders? You ran the Boy Scouts back in the day. What do you think, yes or no?
That was long ago, but today I think, and I thought then, that the Boy Scouts are the best youth organization in America. But things change.
You have to say yes or no.
Things change. Things change.
Thank you, Ed Whitacre. We'll be right back.